President Rodrigo Duterte stood firm in declaring that he will not waver from the threat of an ICC warrant of arrest. Duterte made the remarks during the Maisog Peace Rally in Dumaguete City, where he stressed that he does not care whatever actions the foreign court may take against him and that he is willing to die for his country. Ex-PDEA agent Jonathan Morales reveals that there was an attempt to prevent him from attending the Senate hearing on PDEA leaks. Morales related how he was deterred from showing up to the inquiry to talk about the sensitive documents linking President Bongbong Marcos to illegal drugs. We'll find out more about this later on. And Davao City State Chairman Aziz Monk Olamit of Amora National Liberation Front has a message for Marcos Jr. regarding the PDEA leaks. This comes after the president laughed off the issue when asked about the media about the confidential documents. I am Fatima Nawzil. Newsline World starts now. A precedent was reportedly established at the Maisog Peace Rally in Dumaguete, which will serve as a basis for future gatherings. Here's MJ Mondihar with the report.
The scorching heat of the weather mirrored the intensity of the pressure experienced by the Maisog organizers from those who wanted to prevent the peace rally in Dumaguete City from happening. From revoking the permit to use the city's Freedom Park to placing heavy equipments in the park itself, the local government did everything to stop the event where former President Rodrigo Duterte was set to deliver his speech. In this aerial shot, it's evident that the heavy equipment was deliberately placed in the area where people were supposed to stand. The blessing ceremony for the new heavy equipment happened to coincide with the Maisog Peace Rally, and as a result, the equipment was not removed from the Freedom Park.
What is ironic, what is incongruous nito, nakakatawa, nakakagalit. Nadaanan ko yung Freedom Park. Yun sana ang gusto namin. Pagpunta kami rito, naghingi kami ng permit. Binigyan kami. But nung araw na dating kami, binawi yung permit at sinirahan yung Freedom Park.
Former President Duterte emphasized that in his long tenure in government service, this is the first time he has witnessed such blatant oppression. Aside from Dumaguete, the recent Maisog Peace Rally in Bustos, Bulacan were also thwarted.
So, kung ganun lang naman ang gusto nila na yung Freedom Park para lang sa kanila at yung hindi na sumusunod sa kanila o ayaw sa mga ideas nila, hindi pwede dyan. So, bakit ninyo pinangalanan ng Freedom Park yan?
Consequently, the Maisog Peace Rally was moved to a neighboring park 1 kilometer away from the original venue. A makeshift stage was also assembled, featuring an LED wall and speakers. Rather than a stationary stage, speakers at the Maisog Peace Rally delivered their addresses from a mobile stage.
Pero yan po nagpapakita na yung mga kagarbuhan ng stage, kagarbuhan ng mga effects ay hindi naman kinakailangan kung ang tanging ninanais na ating mga taong bayan ay panindigan ang kanilang karapatan.
Attorney Roque added that future Maisog rallies will no longer be a hassle to organize because the Dumaguete Doctrine has been formulated based on the Bill of Rights stated in the Constitution.
Yes, ang Dumaguete Doctrine po is ang doktrina na nagsasabi hindi po pwedeng supilin ang kalayaan ng pananalita, hindi po pwedeng supilin ang malayang pagtipon-tipon para ilabas ang hinaing sa gobyerno, galing po sa saligang batas ang rally permit at hindi na po pwedeng paghimasukan ng mga politiko.
The Maisog organizers will announce the location of the next peace rally and they will assert our right to speak and express ourselves no matter what happens.
No law shall be passed abridging. Basta wag mong galawin the freedom of speech, of expression, and of the press, and of the people that have the right to peaceably assemble. Yung basta peaceful lang, walang gulo. To peaceably assemble and petition the government of redress of grievance.
For Government of Philippines, I'm Jay Mondihar, SMNI News.
Among the issues mentioned by former President Rodrigo Duterte in the recently concluded Maisog Peace Rally in Dumaguete was the threat of an international criminal court's arrest warrant against him due to his administration's war on drugs. Carlo de la Peña will give us the details.
Hoy mga unggoy, wala akong pakialam sa inyo. Kulungin man ninyo ako kung ano, gawain ko. Everything, lahat gawain ko para sa bayan ko.
This was the reaction of former President Rodrigo Duterte regarding alleged looming issue of an ICC arrest warrant from the International Criminal Court or ICC against him due to his administration's war on drugs campaign. The former president remained unwavering in face of threat against him.
Nasaan kayo yung panahon na kailangan namin ng tulong? Mga kayo. Tapos pupunta kayo dito, prisuhon, kunin mo. Bastos yung ginagawa ninyo. Bastos yan ko kayo. Huwag kayong magpa-alipin ng puti. Bakit sila pupunta dito tapos maghusga? Anong nagawa nila sa akin? Sa atin? Wala. Pumunta sila dito, ninakaw nila lahat.
In the end, Duterte stressed that he doesn't care about whatever actions these foreigners may take against him because they haven't done anything good for the Philippines.
Europeans, Spaniards, Americans, anong ginawa nila? What have you done for the Filipino to deserve even the slightest? Kaya ako sabi ko nga, may bastos ko. Wala akong pakialam. Pero sa bayan ko, maniwala kayo, magpakamatay ako para sa inyo.
For God and my beloved country, the Philippines, this has been Carlo de la Peña, SMNI News.
Until now, the response of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. when asked for a reaction regarding the issue that he is allegedly using illegal drugs has not made a good impression on the public. More of this report from Sarah Santos.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. simply responded to the public with a sarcastic laugh amid calls for him to take a credible drug test. Something which frustrated the public.
Nakita natin yung interview niya kahapon, pinagtawanan lang tayo.
But for former Chief Presidential Legal Counsel Attorney Salvador Panelo, President has no other choice but to laugh at the said issue.
Actually, ang problema niya talaga, hindi niya malaman talaga paano niya sasagutin. Mahirap talaga.
Tawa na lang.
Siguradong you're dumb if you do, dumb if you don't. Ganon ang problema niya ngayon. Talagang wala siyang mapuntahan. Kumbaga para siyang in a tightrope. Maglalakad, nagbabalay. Ano kaya, mahulog ba ako dito? O yan ang nangyayari sa kanya.
The Senate Committee on Public Order and Dangerous Drugs, led by Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa, held a second hearing to investigate the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency or FPDEA leaks on Tuesday, 7th of May, the issue involving Marcos Jr. in the use of illegal drugs.
The issue is already resolved na yung dokumento talagang henyo, Chen. Wala nang duda doon. Wala pa yung Maricel Soriano eh. Kaya magiging katanungan na lang dyan. Sir, ano ba? Kayo ba dating gumagamit? Kung kayo ka naman dating gumagamit, marami naman dating gumagamit na nag-rehabilitate. So wala nang problema. Problema kung ngayon ay gumagamit kayo, ayun ang magiging problema.
Attorney Panelo said that the legitimacy of the said FPDEA classified documents is no longer an issue. Attorney Panelo clarified that the public should not make a conclusion simply from those documents. However, Marcos Jr.'s drug test results, which only took more than 2 minutes, is still questionable for the people, especially if it is compared to Vice President Sara Duterte's drug test result, which took almost 4.5 hours and in much more detail. Which is why the public cannot be blamed for continuing to call for the president to undergo a credible drug test. In the end, the former Chief Presidential Legal Counsel said,
The only way to resolve that, harapin na ni Presidente Marcos Jr. Yung issue yon, hindi pa pwedeng you just laugh it off or you just ignore it. Kailangan talaga harapin yan. At dapat yung administrasyon, lalo particular na si Presidente Marcos Jr., should confront this head-on or resolve it forthwith. Otherwise, may problema talaga. The winds of political unrest will come and this administration cannot afford such. May problema ko kayo talaga niyan. Ayusin nyo na yan. Madali lang naman ayusin yan eh. Pa-drug test ka lang eh.
For God and my beloved country, the Philippines, this has been Sarah Santos, SMNI News.
Former PDEA agent Jonathan Morales emphasized the truth behind the circulated social media PDEA leaks document. During the Senate hearing Tuesday, he revealed an attempt to deter him from attending and was warned about putting his life in danger. Carla de la Peña is back for more news.
An attempt was made to prevent former PDEA agent Jonathan Morales from attending the Senate hearing on PDEA leaks. During the Senate committee hearing on public order and dangerous drugs regarding the PDEA leaks or sensitive documents linking President Bongbong Marcos to alleged drug use in the past, Morales detailed how he was attempted to be deterred. He claimed that on May 1, someone visited his home to persuade him not to attend Senator Bato de la Rosa's hearing at the Senate. At 10:30 in the morning, a certain Romy Enriquez purportedly visited him, informing him that Eric Santiago from Napolcom wanted to talk to him via video call. Allegedly present in the video call were James Kumar and First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos.
Sinabihan ko yan, Padre. Sinabihan ko yan to si Kuya Jonathan na wag nang kasi nag-uumpugan yung Duterte at saka Marcos, baka madamay siya. Sinabihan ko yan. Yan po yung word ni Romy Enriquez doon sa CCTV.
Morales further stated that Santiago was the one preventing him from attending the Senate, warning him that he might be harmed if he continued. Santiago allegedly expressed a desire to help Morales.
Ngayon, yung si Picoy o si Eric Santiago, napaka-insisting na hindi, sabi niya, natin yan, kaya tulungan natin yan. Tulungan natin yan kasi wala, papatayin yan.
Morales is the signatory to the controversial PDEA leaks. During the same hearing, it was confirmed by actress Maricel Soriano herself that she owns the condo unit mentioned in the leaked document. Soriano is one of the personalities mentioned in the document allegedly using cocaine with Bongbong Marcos. Morales challenged Senator Bato to invite former President Rodrigo Duterte to validate his statements during the hearing. To recall, Duterte previously mentioned Marcos Jr.'s name in the PDEA's narco list. But Senator Bato responded that he does not want the Senate investigation on the PDEA leaks to be politicized. Hence, he has no plans to invite Marcos Jr. and former President Duterte. For God and my beloved country, the Philippines, this has been Carlo de la Peña, SMNI News.
A high-ranking official of the Moro National Liberation Front has a message for President Bongbong Marcos Jr. regarding the PDEA leaks. Meanwhile, a seasoned lawyer believes it is more important to identify who is hiding the said document rather than who leaked it. Daniela Paulite reports.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. should take the question of whether he is using illegal drugs seriously. That is the message from the state chairman of the Moro National Liberation Front, Davao City, Azus Monk Olamit, after Marcos Jr. laughed off and evaded the issue when asked by the media about the leaked document from the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency linking him to illegal drugs.
The President should take this seriously kasi credibility niya yan. Dapat seryosohin niya, hindi yung actions niya very defensive, nag-evade siya. Guilty ang aura ang dating niya. Takot siya na harapin yan. Dapat hindi niya pinagtawanan yan. Lalong magagalit ang taong bayan kasi tatakasan na naman niya yung tanong na yun.
Several PDEA documents alleging that President Marcos is included in the agency's narco list went viral on social media. Following this, Former PDEA agent Jonathan Morales, who signed the pre-operations report, appeared in the Senate. Morales continues to stand by the information he received from a confidential informant, pointing to President Marcos and actress Maricel Soriano allegedly using a white powdery substance. Given the increasing tension surrounding the issue, former PDEA agent Morales requires protection.
Si Morales should be protected. Hopefully, the good senator will provide security kay Morales para hindi natin alam ang consequences na mangyayari sa kanya.
Although PDEA previously denied that the leaked documents were in their database, veteran lawyer attorney Marlon Busantog believes there's a strong possibility that Morales' revelations hold truth. According to Attorney Busantog, the question now is who is hiding and actively covering up the confidential document.
Circumstances would show by inviting resource speakers would show na totoo ang document. So nagkakaroon ngayon ng dalawang issue. Ang pag-leak doon mismo sa document at ang pangalawa is yung nilalaman mismo ng document. At ang tanong ngayon, hindi na ang nag-leak ng information ang tanong, sino ang nagtago ng document?
Meanwhile, further hearings will be conducted and the investigation will continue until the one who leaked the said documents is identified. Former Executive Secretary of Aquino Administration, Paquito Ochoa, is also invited to the next hearing. For God and my beloved country, the Philippines, this has been Daniela Paulita, as MNI News.
Up next, Singapore joins the ranks of the world's most affluent cities with thousands of millionaires and dozens of billionaires calling the country their home. And nuclear watchdog's chief Rafael Grossi visits Iran to talk about the country's nuclear activities. Grossi has warned Iran of having enough uranium enriched to near weapons-grade levels to make nuclear bombs it chooses to do so, and has acknowledged that the agency cannot guarantee that none of Tehran's centrifuges may have been diverted for enrichment. Newsline World will be back after the break. The head of United Nations nuclear watchdog returned to Iran to address concerns about its nuclear program. Milkiza Cadiz reports.
Assalamualaikum. Rafael Grossi, the Director General of the International Atomic Energy Agency, negotiated with top nuclear and political officials concerning Iran's nuclear activities.
Grossi attended a joint press conference in the Iranian city of Isfahan with the head of Iran's Atomic Energy Organization, where he updated reporters on the progress of recent talks to revive cooperation after more than a year of indirect conversations. The atomic energy chief said Iran responded positively, but acknowledged the process is not that simple as it involves complex issues such as political ones.
The complex aspect about this is that there are a lot of political things involved. Some of them within my purview, some of them not. All right? So when it comes to lifting of sanctions and things like that, which are very important for Iran, I am not the one who has the key to solve these issues. So there are some considerations of this sort. But of course, it depends. There are measures that are of a different degree of importance. Yes, I would say that Iran has expectations, as I have them. As well. But until we have a package, we cannot say exactly how far we can go. At the end of the day, if they engage really, we will be able to solve things.
When asked about the timeline for the enforcement of concrete measures, Grossi explained he is not a fan of deadlines, but said both parties came to an understanding that results are necessary and should be implemented as soon as possible.
It will depend. It's a process. Really, it is a process. I think, if you allow me a reflection, there is some kind of expectation sometimes that there will be, a touch of a magic wand and we will solve issues like this. I'm sorry, this does not exist. It's impossible. We have a very, very complex set of issues, some of them dating back to the past, some of them taking place right now, and we have to go, our inspectors have to go, we have to check, we have to see to what extent we can declare something solved or not. So this is why I'm sorry if I frustrate you when I don't say we have it. I mean, this is a very difficult process, and we are fully on it.
Grossi said Iran gave him the impression that the Islamic Republic is ready to adopt concrete steps to establish cooperation with the nuclear watchdog and not just for talks. In December of last year, the IAEA announced Iran already has enough uranium enriched to up to 60%, while enriching it further to at least 90% weapons-grade level is enough to create 3 atomic bombs. The UN agency slammed Iran's decision to ban several inspectors from checking potential nuclear sites in the country by removing their accreditation in September 2023. Iran denied any plans to create nuclear weapons and maintained its atomic program is purely for civilian purposes.
The last time Grossi visited Iran was in March 2023 when the nuclear watchdog and the Iranian government agreed on a statement on how to increase cooperation. Reporting from Kuwait, I am Melchizedek Cadiz, your global citizen correspondent for God and for our beloved country, the Philippines.
Days of heavy rains and floods damaged up to 50,000 cars in the United Arab Emirates after severe weather hit the Arabian Peninsula last month. Grater Omori tells us more.
A report by a reinsurance broker revealed that the estimated preliminary insured loss for vehicles damaged from the UAE's historic floods last month could reach as high as $250 million. The deadly floods claimed the lives of 4 people and disrupted day-to-day life. The severe weather caused widespread flooding, traffic jams, uprooted trees, closed schools, and saw flights diverted away from the world's busiest airport in Dubai. The reinsurance broker said the estimated amount for damaged cars is still subject to change since more people are making claims. The World Weather Attribution Report confirmed that cloud seeding had no role in storms and consequent floods in the UAE and neighboring Gulf states like Oman and Bahrain. The report also stated global warming most likely triggered the intense rains. It was the UAE's heaviest rainfall in 75 years, with about 2 years' worth of rainfall falling in just 24 hours. The UAE will spend $544 million to repair the homes of Emirati families affected by the heavy rains and widespread flooding. Reporting from Dubai, I'm Grater Omori, your global citizen correspondent for SMNI News Channel.
Dozens of Japanese delegates are expected to attend the inauguration of Taiwan's new president, set to take place within 2 weeks. Ivy Astilio reports.
Close to 200 people from Japan will travel to Taiwan to witness President-elect Lai Ching-te's inauguration ceremony on May 20th. The information was revealed by Taiwan's foreign ministry. The delegates involve 37 cross-party members of Japan's parliament and more than 140 visitors from various local and non-governmental groups. Japan and Taiwan observe friendly relations despite not having formal diplomatic ties. Lai is due to be the third incumbent of Vice President of Taiwan who became president after defeating his 2 opposition party rivals in a closely watched election in January. Taiwan's largest national flag will make a triumphant return, with the military practicing the traditional flag flyover, accompanied by helicopters for the presidential inauguration. Japan, together with the United States, showed a strong stance towards defending Taiwan. The Japanese government previously said it respected one-China policy and aim for a peaceful resolution of any future separation of China and Taiwan. The Director General of Taiwan's National Security Bureau said the country is preparing for a possible increase in Chinese military exercises around its territory once the president-elect takes office on the 20th of May. Reporting from Tokyo, Japan, this is Ivy Astilio, your global citizen correspondent for God and my country, the Philippines.
Singapore joined the ranks of world's most affluent cities with thousands of millionaires calling it a home. Renju Modikilio has a story.
Widely known as the Earth's most business-friendly city, Singapore is 2 places higher after being ranked the 4th richest city in the world for this year. Singapore is now home to 244,800 resident millionaires and 30 billionaires. Some 3,400 high-net-worth individuals moved to Southeast Asia's richest country in 2023 alone. Singapore surpassed London following an impressive 64% increase in the number of millionaires over the past 10 years. London, which ranked the wealthiest city in the world for many years, now sits in 5th place with just 227,000 millionaires and 35 billionaires. The annual data was published by international wealth migration specialist Henley & Partners in partnership with global data intelligence firm New World Wealth. The report also predicted that Singapore is likely to steal the crown from Tokyo as Asia's wealthiest city very soon. New York retained its spot as home to the world's largest millionaire population, followed by Northern California's Bay Area and Tokyo. Reporting from Singapore, I'm Renju Modikilio, your global citizen correspondent for God and our beloved country, the Philippines.
China asked Australia to stop further hype and provocations as both countries engage in war of words concerning a recent military aircraft confrontation. Trisha Molina reports.
The dangerous military aircraft encounter between Australia and China this past weekend took a new turn as both sides lodged official protests and blamed each other. According to Australian officials, the pilot of its Navy helicopter Seahawk took evasive action to avoid China's extraordinary use of flares on Saturday and accused Beijing of unprofessional and unacceptable behavior. Meanwhile, China argued the Australian Navy helicopter deliberately flew close to China's airspace above the Yellow Sea in a provocative manner, which endangered its maritime and air security. The Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs added the Chinese military took necessary measures to warn and alert the Australian side. Chinese officials also urged Australia to stop the provocations and hype concerning the military encounter to prevent misunderstanding. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese rejected China's argument and noted the helicopter had been upholding international law as part of a crew of an Australian air warfare destroyer that was enforcing UN Security Council sanctions against North Korea. The new round of tensions took place amid efforts to improve bilateral ties between the two countries, which led to the easing of trade sanctions on several Australian exports in recent months. Reporting, this has been Trisha Molina, SMNI News.
And before we end, may you be inspired with the words of the song. What your faith can conceive, you can achieve. And that's all for this edition. For more updates, you may visit smninewschannel.com or follow us on official social media accounts on Rumble, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. For God in my beloved country, the Philippines, I'm Fatima Nawzil, and this is Newsline World.
This is SMNI News Channel. Truth that matters.
Subscribe to SMNI News Channel and turn on the notification bell to keep you up to date. Also visit our official social media accounts and join our community on Viber and Telegram.